Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. This is the um, September 12th, 1993 edition of the Wrestling Challenge Review Series. We've got a bunch of these, almost 100 of them up now. Probably going to have at least another 50 or so, if not more, before the series is done. Obviously, they don't have all 450 of the segments up, but this is an abridged version because there are missing parts to the program in what I watched. But and that missing thing is the first match, which is WWF Tag Team Champions. Rick and Scott Steiner defeating Blake Beverly and Tony Ulysses 343. That was not part of the episode I saw. 123 Kid and Bastion Booger was defeated, or was joined in progress. Basically, Booger dominates with a couple of power moves, suplexes and punches and kicks and that. 356, Kid wins by countout when Booger hits the ring post. And the 123 Kid, he gets a pitcher of water and dumps it on his adversary, making it pretty basic there. Ultimately, there is a pretty basic series of events that leads up to all of this. Needless to say, the 123 Kid does get a couple of karate kicks off on his man, and it's amazing to me that this gets less than 4 minutes, and Razor Ramon and Chris Duffy in a enhancement match gets 4:15, which I don't know why you would give an enhancement match more than you'd give two of your stars you're trying to sell tickets for. It just doesn't make sense. 123 Kid, though, getting wins from behind. They're promoting a supercard Madison Square Garden the 25th of September. Undertaker facing Yokozuna at the Garden for the WWF Championship match. Literally almost 3 or 4 months before the pay-per-view match between the two. Steiner Brothers against Adam Bomb and Bam Bam Bigelow, a short-term tag team that doesn't work out very well for the tag team championships. Obviously, Steiners didn't have an abundance of teams to win there. Razor Ramon talking about facing off against Shawn Michaels coming up, and Razor certainly a pretty major guy, and Bigelow and Tatanka talking about doing damage coming up. Tatanka still undefeated by this point in 1993, I do believe. Anyway, Razor Ramon against Chris Duffy, basic match, discus punches, the simple stuff there. Duffy, a New England mainstay who's around for quite a while. He does Razor does the fallaway slam. Razor does the modified abdominal stretch, and then they go back and obviously hit the second rope inside. Elbow and all of that, or suplex and all of that. Razor also hits a Razor's Edge and gets the victory there. And we go to another in the series of enhancement matches. This one, Doink the Clown facing off against an opponent of, I guess you'd say, some minor. I don't know, that renown would be a good thing, but Doink hits a clothesline with his jacket on the Kid and ultimately manages to be pretty dominant. Belly-to-belly suplex overhead by Doink, and Doink pretty dominant on his opponent. His opponent, for the record, for those interested in such things, to Scott Despres 314, sit-down splash off the top, basically the bombs away. Splash by Doink to get the victory here. Then we go back to more in the vein of the event center type stuff, also some interviews. Doink, though, at the time, not exactly seen as a guy who is fully challenged. Obviously, moving him forward through post SummerSlam, his match with Bret Hart, probably the highlight of the Doink run there. Bret Hart up against Barry Horowitz next Hart hits a couple of punches, inverted Russian leg sweep, the top rope elbow drop, and the sharpshooter. Hart, of course, former world champion, really floundering here in '93. The inability to have the Hogan match or get the Hogan match off the air is interesting. Also interesting is that they are still showing a Hulk Hogan mini teddy bear that is for sale, which is just odd, being that Hogan's no longer with the company here in September of 1993. So maybe there's a thought Hogan was going to return. Who knows? Anyway, enhancement match time for the Quebecers. Quebecers with a double hot shot across the top rope against one of their opponents. They are facing off for the record against none other than Ross Greenberg, PJ Walker, 257. Pierre pins Walker following the Tower of Quebec somersault from the top rope deal there. Overall, a pretty decent showing for the Quebecers, who are relatively new. Also, they kind of do the backdrop into a run. And ultimately, that leads us back to the event center. Event center, obviously, the way that the WWF makes the majority of its money at the time with the live events. So, leading that around is a pretty big deal here, and getting things along and away and all of that. So, the hype for the upcoming Garden show continues. Razor Ramon basically or the 1-2-3 Kid Shawn Michaels match is what's there. They're going to face off for the Intercontinental Championship. Diesel willing to interfere to protect Shawn Michaels, the Intercontinental Champion. Kid playing nervous is just phenomenal, because I think it's the first time we've kind of seen the underdog thing, which in that vein of a guy so small for the time period. Anyway, that will close us out for this particular episode. We will be back with more right after this.